Hey, what's up, people? What's up, Mike Myers? I don't know how you made it here. It looks like you're on Facebook. This is Matt from Music Producer School. I'm not sure if, I'm honestly not sure. I'm trying to restream this for the first time ever. So I hope I'm doing it right, and gonna try and work it out. What's up, Jessica, Brooke? Thank y'all for joining. What's up, Mike? Been a minute since I seen you. So this is my music producer channel that I've been meaning to start for a very long time, and I'm just now getting around to it thanks to coronavirus. So if you're interested in making music, this is the place to be. And for anybody else out there, be sure to say hello. And we're gonna try and get school back in session. They can't keep us. I don't know what the deal is with it getting interrupted, Mike. I'm gonna have to work this out. I'm just trying it for the first time, so I'll have to figure out as I go. I'm not sure exactly what the best way to do this restream is. I usually just do Facebook, so we'll have to just experiment. But anyway, if any of you guys out there are producers, my name is Matt. I am a producer for the past almost 15 years. Yeah, man, Mike Thursday was cool. I'll have to be sure to give you a shout out on the next band live stream we do. So any of our producer friends out there, if you're with me tonight, I'm just getting this little started. Um, just doing some introductory stuff here, trying to figure out this restream thing. But I'm going to do my best to try and keep these short and right to the point. So the main thing I wanted to convey tonight was if anybody out there that is interested in making music, please be sure to leave me your questions or your comments as far as what you'd like to learn when it comes to producing music, because I've been producing for quite a while, DJing for quite a while, and playing in bands for quite a while. And I think it's time to spread some of the knowledge. What's up, Brian? Thank y'all for joining. Y'all must be these are some of my band fans. Y'all must be bored tonight to be checking this out. But anyway, I'm gonna try and do a quick little lesson that I got prepared for tonight just to experiment with the stream. And let's get into it here. And I'm gonna hopefully figure out all this restreaming business. So I had somebody actually send me a message to my music producer school Facebook page. Which before I forget, let me go ahead and see if I can get the link in here to send you guys to music producer school, and I'll should get you to all the links to get if you're interested to my online store, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I think that'll be enough. Brian, that's funny you say that. With this music producer school thing, I'm actually going to be talking to David. We've already talked about getting David to do essentially a singing lesson or like a singing, kind of like a singing class, if you will. What's up, Pat? Welcome to Music Producer School. So yeah, I'm gonna get with David on that. I got some other people gonna be doing some lessons on guitar. I'll be doing some guitar lessons, some drum lessons, all that stuff. So you guys, this is my first time doing the restream thing. So I'm not sure. I see most of y'all are hitting me on Facebook. If you're out there on Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, anything like that, be sure to say hello, because I'm a little bit new at the restream game. So anyway, let me quickly do this lesson I wanted to show for one of my Facebook followers. He sent me a message asking about something, which I looked it up on YouTube. It's called I believe it's pronounced Ama Piano, and it's kind of a little bit of a international flavor. Style of music. I'm not sure exactly where it originated from, but I wanted to do this quick lesson for him because he sent me a message, and I wanted to just kind of experiment and see how this thing works with the restream. So basically, what I like to do, yeah, y'all stick around. I'm gonna be doing these streams every week, so I'll let you know when the singing lesson happens. So basically, what I like to do whenever I'm trying to figure out how to produce a certain style of music, and this goes for anything, whether it's like DJ, electronic type stuff, when I'm producing for my country band, I like to listen to the music in the genre. So I'll usually go to YouTube and pull up some examples of it. And the first thing that you always want to typically do is try and get the tempo of the song. So I'll go and listen to the tempo of the song, and I'm actually working in the program called Ableton tonight. This is what I usually produce in, but I do use some other stuff occasionally. And it allows me up here, this little tap button, to kind of just tap along to a beat. So I don't have any pre-planned music for this, but I'm going to just kind of make it up as I go along. So based on my memory of what I listened to the other day for this style of music, I'm just going to kind of give it a whirl and figure out the tempo here. So I think it was something around So about 110, I believe, is where I want to be. So what I'm going to do now is create a little loop here, and you hopefully can hear my metronome. Yeah, it looks like it's coming through. So basically that's just going to be the general tempo of the style of music that we're doing here. So once I get that, I'm going to throw a piano. I got actually my simple piano on here. Let me make sure y'all can hear that. Looks like you can. All right, yeah, y'all let me know if you can't hear something for some reason, and I'll try to fix whatever the issue is. So since I don't want to spend a lot of time tonight, and I'm just kind of getting used to this restream thing, I wanted to make this happen quickly. So I actually have a product that I made called the MIDI chord bank, and I believe I'm going to just use my even quicker version of this, which I made, which is the song. I call it Songwriter Chords. So this is cool because if you don't really have a lot of music knowledge or music theory knowledge, you can just kind of go into this bank that I made, and I'm gonna throw all these products up in future streams. I'm just kind of experimenting tonight to see how this works. So I'll pick a key here. Let's say, let's do F major. And I'm going to throw in this, this F major here. See what that sounds like. All right, I want to make that a little bit lower. All right, let's do a little minor chord now, I think. Something like that. Throw a C in there. And let's try one more. Something like that. Let's see how that sounds. All right, so we're gonna do that, and then the cool thing about this this major songwriter chord thing I got here is like for if you are a producer out there and you're familiar with chords, so you just basic major and minor chords. What happens for most producers when they're starting out making music, they're kind of just sticking to these very basic 3-note chords, and they don't really have what I call color, and I'll probably use that word a lot when I'm on here. Color is something that when you start adding what's called extended chords, meaning it's not just the basic major and minor stuff, you start to get a lot better ideas for melodies, and things just sound a lot more interesting. So instead of this F major here, I'm going to actually do this major 7th, which it's, as you can see, not just 3 notes, it's actually a 4-note chord. So this is the regular chord, but then if I do the 4-note chord, see, it's got that extra little note at the top right there. It sounds a little bit cooler. So we'll just run that loop for right now. So again, I'm just trying to show this style for my Facebook friend that sent me the message on this style of music. So the next thing you want to do typically once you get a little chord progression going is listen very carefully to the drums. And this style, it happens to be a 4 on the floor kind of deal. So let me find a good little kick drum we can throw in here. I'm going to, let me see if I can just, instead of loading up a whole deal, I'm going to just throw in a sample here. So this one sounds like it should do the trick. So I'm just going to throw this sample in right here, this kick drum, turn it down a little bit, and I'm just going to do it on the quarter notes here. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to copy that over. All right, that's cool. So now that I have a drum reference in there, I can get rid of this click, which tends to get a little annoying. And then I'm going to throw in a snare, which this is all just kind of setting up the basic stuff. Something like that should probably work. Turn it down a little bit. So let's see how this works for us. All right, that's cool. Now, the thing that actually makes most styles of music, and it took me quite a while to figure this out, ironically, is not just the basic kick and snare drum, because as you can hear, it's not very interesting. It's actually the percussion that gives what you call the groove to something. So instead of just this straight juke, juke, juke thing, you have to find something that you can put in there percussion-wise, or sometimes you can achieve it with an instrument and make it sound a little bit cooler. So I'm looking for something like that, something high-pitched. So for this particular style of music, for my friend, I hope he's watching this, you have to really listen and figure out which beats they're doing the percussion on, because that really kind of gives the groove of the style of music. So in this amapiano style, which I wasn't even familiar with at first when he asked me about it, what they're doing is on your 4 on the floor you have doom, 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 but it's the percussion on top is kind of giving it the groove, which is, I know it as something called moonbaton from my DJing days. But the percussion is doing this. It's going so we're going to try and replicate that here. So I believe if I break these beats down, that's beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4. So I'm breaking each beat down into 4 parts. So it's going to go, so this right here is going to go checka 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 checka. So that's 16th notes right there. So this will be the first one. Turn that down a little bit. And then I'm going to copy it here. I think that's the right one. Yeah, so we're just going to repeat that now. And you'll hear how the groove, instead of just being like a boring juke, juke, juke thing, it starts to kind of liven up a little bit. So then the other thing we want to do to get rid of some just non-interesting stuff here is we need to put this in a little bit of a space. So I do have, I believe, a reverb here, and I'm going to throw in a little reverb on this. And let's get it sounding like we're in a bit of a space here, not just a very dry and boring thing. I'm not going to put any reverb on the kick drum, maybe just a touch. So you can hear that tail of the reverb kind of sounds like we're in like a hall or some type of large room. And then the next thing you can do, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on this tonight. I'm just kind of experimenting with the restream stuff, but basically once you get the groove going like this, you can start adding in other instruments around that groove. So what I would probably do here now is do some type of bass, since we have a keyboard here. Let's see what this sounds. No, I don't think that's the right one. Let's see. Let's find... Yeah, let's do something like this. So again, I'm in this this key of F that we chose, so I'm going to kind of keep that in mind as far as what my bass notes are going to be. So I'm going to actually just put in this clip here, and now instead of playing the part, I can just kind of go in here and I can kind of just punch my notes in like this. So we need to make that a little bit longer. And the tricky thing with bass is you do need to pay attention to how long the notes actually are. So I'm going to follow this groove that we created with the percussion up here. You can see how the notes are kind of going to be lining up with that. So what I'm going to do actually is just copy all these notes are just F notes. I'm not doing any type of melody with it yet. And I'm just going to kind of copy the percussion. And then let's stick to that first. So then I'm going to consolidate this. So now this is just a bunch of F notes down here, and we'll just see what that sounds like. So now that I have my bass, you know, somewhat of a sound in there, instead of just doing the same note, obviously, I want to have a little bit of movement. So I see up here I'm going to a D minor from the F. So I'm going to go just take the simple route right now, and I'm going to bring these down to D. Let's see what that sounds like. And then we're going to that C. So let's bring this down to C. And then we'll move it. I'm just going to move it up an octave there and see what that sounds like. And then right here we got that G. We'll go to the low one there. So I'm not really liking those high C's, so I'm going to bring those down. All right, so that's cool. So what I think I would like to do now, based off of how this sounds, is I want to make these notes a little bit longer and have them cut off right before they hit the next note. And you don't have to be exact with it. I like to kind of experiment, and in the producer world, we call it happy accidents. So sometimes you get some happy accidents when you just kind of randomly throw some stuff in here. So let's maybe throw in one more G here. And make that one short. Let's see what that sounds like. This one sounded a little bit early. All right, that's cool. Now, the only thing that's bothering me now is this percussion sounds like it's a little bit loud, and it sounds like we might need to transpose it down. It's a little bit high for my liking. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So let me check back here with you guys. Brian, I'm glad you're taking notes. I want to hear some good beats coming out of you pretty soon here. Yeah, so this is the type of stuff, like initially when you're just getting a beat started, like I said, we're trying to just get it in the ballpark of what's going on as far as the style. Now, something like this, I mean, I could spend hours easily just kind of delving into the really super deep intricacies of it. And then also, you know, the trick with producing is starting off with something basic like this and then turning it into something cool. And a lot of times, right, that's like, you know, as Jessica said, turning your hat sideways and putting, you know, some cool vocals on it, or, you know, writing, you know, some type of either vocal part or, you know, maybe a rap or something like that. Yeah, Brian, you and Mike could do some type of tag team rap duo for sure. That would be awesome. Let me catch my my comments here real quick. Yeah, cool. So let me just finish this up really quickly. Like I said, I didn't want to go too deep into this because I'm not really even sure where all this is going tonight. I'm gonna figure this restream out thing. Don't worry, but I wanted to get this for this guy that sent me this message. As far as this style of music. So this is a good base to get started as far as when you're trying to replicate a certain genre. You know, like I said, just listen to it, try and get it in the ballpark tempo-wise, and then really at first pay attention to especially the percussion, because that's what's going to give it the groove as far as its individual kind of unique sound. And then I'll start building some chords and some sounds around that. Now, of course, these are just some quick little examples I threw up here. The cool thing about what I like in Ableton, though, is, for example, this bass right here. If I solo the bass, I can easily just switch it out for a different sound pretty quickly while it's playing, and I can just practice with some different sounds. So that's super important also, because you know, rhythmically the sound may work, but the actual sound of the instrument may not be that cool. So let me actually show you without switching the sound, which you can do also, the type of stuff. So right here I have some options with this bass. I'm gonna just play with the filter, which is basically just the EQ on it. So a quick little thing that you can do always with a lot of this stuff to add some interest is just do a little filtering like that. So since I played with the filter, I actually have this little line here that's going to allow me to draw in what's called automation. So I can actually make the bass line move a little bit. So I'm going to kind of just randomly somewhat do this and just kind of get a little interest going. And on this last one, we'll get it super high so you can check this out. So I actually want these to go a little bit lower. Yeah, let's let it build like that and then go back down and then build again was kind of cool. Bring that down a little bit, just that guy. So now we'll listen to that with the track. Now the bass may be a little bit hard to hear if you're on a phone right now. One thing that can help with that is this drive, which is going to add a little distortion to it. And then let's detune it a little bit. So yeah, that's just a quick little basic example. I don't know, that sounds like something maybe Justin Bieber would probably jack this style and do some type of pop song with. I could probably hear that. So yeah, I wanted to just do a quick one tonight. If anybody, once again, is interested in checking out all the other music producer school stuff that I have, let me find where I can comment here one more time and put the link in here. And I'm not sure if this is going to everybody, but hopefully it will. If not, I'll figure it out for the next time. So this was just a quick one tonight. I'm excited to finally get this thing rolling. It's been way too long. I've been wanting to do this. So this was for my my friend that sent me a message to the Facebook page. I hope this was helpful. I'm kind of gearing this toward more, you know, people new to producing. So I don't want to get too complicated in the beginning here. I'm kind of just going to take it really slow for everybody, and we'll get more advanced as it goes. So this was just kind of like the first day of school, getting the syllabus and the you know, the introductions over with so that we can have some fun in the future sessions. So y'all be on the lookout for another live stream very soon. I'm going to work on this restream thing and get it all worked out so it'll be better the next time. I appreciate everybody. Brian, Jessica, Mike. Let me see who else was on here with me. Justin. Who else we had? I thought we had Mason, Pat, Brooke. Man, that's actually pretty good for the first one tonight. I appreciate y'all checking it out and hanging out with me tonight. This is Matt from Music Producer School. I will be seeing y'all very soon. Be on the lookout, and I will see y'all very soon. Have a good night.